What's up everybody, it's CJ and I'm back with another Sims 3 video today. Well, I guess it's like a Barnacle Bay renovation, but not quite, but it is, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, y'all. So, this is the Alistair's Elixirs and Sundry lot. This is the elixir shop that comes if you have Supernatural. I have played here many times, y'all, and it's so funny that I have never renovated this lot until now. So this is going to be for my Barnacle Bay save file. If you don't know, I am working towards fixing all of the Barnacle Bay lots in the world of Barnacle Bay. I said Barnacle Bay a lot. I'm trying to like fix up all those lots because if you don't know, Barnacle Bay is a really bad EA world. It was one of the first ones that we got, and it's just crazy how like I think it costs like $20 and it's like way worse than Sunset Valley. Like it may be the worst store world that we actually have. The bills are bad. It's like bad enough that it was like an islandy, beachy kind of world, and we have Sunset Valley, which is kind of the same. But the lots are like really bad. In my opinion, anyway. They're really bad. So I'm trying to like fix them up. So I asked y'all a long time ago if any of y'all would be interested in me fixing up some of these pre-made lots as well. Because if you don't know, in The Sims 3, if you have certain packs installed, sometimes the game will ask you if you would like to place down additional lots. So for example, I'm in Barnacle Bay and I had extra space in this world. So the game was like, hey, do you want some of these other lots like the fire department, the supernatural hangout, and then of course this lot, which is the elixir shop. Some of y'all was saying, yes, CJ, you should like fix up all the lots that get placed down. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm fixing the elixir shop. It also kind of works too because it is getting really close to Halloween, so we're still in spooky season. So I feel like it just kind of worked out really good. Now it's kind of funny though, y'all, because I did not think that this lot was going to take me this long. It took me hours to fix this lot. And the thing is, like, when I say fixed, it's not like badly built and it's not ugly. Well, it's not the best, but it's not like ugly and like irredeemable. It's just like the more I was like changing things, and for some reason, I don't know why, but this lot is smaller than the lot it was placed on, so we had a lot of extra space in the back, so I didn't really want to leave that as like empty space. So it's just a lot of like me adding stuff, and then the more I look at things, I'm like, oh, I don't really want that, I want to change this, oh, let's put this instead. Yeah, it was kind of like a mixture of me being indecisive and having a lot more space to work with, so it took me a while to finish this lot. But I gotta say, like I always do, I love how it turned out, y'all. This lot turned out so good. It just kind of has fall vibes and energy, and I just love it, and hopefully you will like it too. Also too, y'all, I know that uploads have been a little bit slower lately. I don't, like I haven't really been uploading every day of the week like I usually am. Long story short, I have been busy, y'all. That's basically the reason why. Like nothing bad happened. It's nothing like, too serious. It's just busy life. I don't really want to force myself to just like upload videos just to have something out, because I feel like if I do that, eventually the videos are going to be like really bad, and I don't want to like just give y'all slop, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to give y'all just anything just to say I had a video. So yeah, I've just been trying to like manage life and then also trying to get uploads up, but it's just a lot of work sometimes, But anyway, I'm gonna try to get back on the saddle. New Not So Berry part will be coming out really soon as well. I know I've been like slacking on the uploads, but yeah, it's coming out really soon. Also, thank y'all too for all the love and support on the first part of the 7th generation. If you don't know, we're doing the Not So Berry challenge on the channel, and we're on the pink gen, which is like generation 7. So we're like almost done with the challenge, but like a lot of y'all really liked it. So yeah. Also, I'm looking forward to Pinky too. Like y'all, some of y'all were saying y'all looking forward to like what Pinky gets up to. So like, yeah, I guess we'll find out, But anyway, enough about that. Let's get on to this. So I'm gonna let y'all know now, I did use store content. Now we talked about this a while ago, and I asked y'all when I first started doing the renovations if y'all would like for me to use store content or not, and a lot of y'all were like, just use whatever. So I'm using whatever. Most of this build, I will say though, is like stuff from expansion packs. So you are going to need, for it without a doubt, Supernatural, because I know like some of y'all may download this slot and not place it in Barnacle Bay. Like that's fine, I don't really care. If you want to use this for like anything else, or even in Barnacle Bay, just know it uses Supernatural mainly. You will need Supernatural for a lot of this stuff to actually even show up. Most of the other things are just like things from like different stuff packs maybe, or like store content. I forgot the name of the set. I think it's like the vineyard set. I can't think of what it's called, but I use the arch window for like the top of the building, and I use like the archway for the inside. So you'll see, like as we go, but I would say like mainly what you'll need is just Supernatural for this kind of build. Also too, y'all, I did not know this, and I'm gonna ask y'all if you noticed this. On this lot, there is like a statue that is in the window of this lot. I know it sounds crazy to say, but if you have Supernatural, go to the elixir shop, and then you see like how it has that A-framed roof on the side. Look through the window. There's a statue in there. I have been playing this game, y'all, for years. I have been going to this lot 4 years. I never knew that until today. I was taking a screenshot of what the build used to look like for a thumbnail, and then I was like, wait a minute, what is that? And then I looked and I was like, is that a statue? And I was like, okay, maybe that's just like how it looks when it's placed in Barnacle Bay, right? Like I was like trying to gaslight myself. I was like, clearly that can't be how it always looked. I went and placed down the original lot like from the bin. Sure enough, y'all, that statue was there. That is so weird to me. I never knew that, y'all. So yeah, maybe y'all can let me know if you know about that. Cause it's, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what it's supposed to represent. Like, is it a person? Like, I don't know. But it's just creepy, but in a funny way, you know? Anyway, but now we move on, y'all, to the inside. This is the archway I was telling y'all about. I forgot what set it came with, but it's store content. So like that, I believe this archway and the window that I used, they are the same. They came from the same set, I believe. Also, too, y'all, I didn't really mind this yellowy color scheme. Usually, y'all know, I change like a lot of things when it comes to builds like this, but I didn't really mind the yellowy color of the windows. And it kind of went really nicely with the red that I chose for the outside. And I kind of wanted to bring it on the inside. So we have like that leaf print. Don't worry, y'all. I do edit the color of the curtains and the inside of the window because like I like the yellow, but it was a little bit too much yellow. So I basically just made the inside of the window brown, like the windowsill and stuff, and then I just changed the color of the curtains. But on the outside it still looks how it does, but it was just a little too much. So I was like, let's just kind of mute it down a little bit. And it was funny too, y'all, because I almost forgot to renovate the bathroom. Like I had saw it before I went outside to do the backyard, and I was like, I'll get to it. And then I almost stopped recording, and then I was like, wait a minute, something I forgot, and it was the bathroom. So I do furnish the bathroom at the very end of the video. You will see it, but I just thought it was kind of funny how like I forgot the bathroom. Like I always forget something in these builds, you know? Okay, so this right here, so as you can see, I did draw a wall down to kind of separate this part from the other part of the building. So like, to me, this building kind of gives like oddity shop vibes. I know it's an elixir shop, but it kind of like has a catch-all, you know, like a spooky shop, antique shop maybe, oddity shop, magic shop. I just kind of feel like it's a catch-all. So I kind of wanted this section in the front to just be like a lobby area mainly. There's a fireplace. I use some of those chairs from the base game. I do put like some little bottles and stuff like that all sprinkled around. You know, I still wanted to have that supernatural element to it, but I feel like if anything, this like is like the front lobby area. You know, you pay for your stuff here. You can look at some of the stuff on display. So there is a rocking chair here. I do move it over and I place another one of those love seats in front of the fireplace because I just thought that would be better, you know. Whenever I do these kind of builds, I said this before, but I try not to change, at least for the outside, I try not to like change the way the build looks. Like I want for when you look at the lot that you can still tell that it used to be, you know, an EA lot. Like sometimes, yeah, you do have to kind of like renovate and like draw walls and stuff just to kind of make things even. But with this kind of build, my intention is to never like rebuild it from the ground up. You know, and even if I do, it would still kind of look like how it used to look, you know? Like, I just kind of want to fix what is here, use what's here and fix it. For me, it just seems more of a challenge that way. And I guess that's why also, too, whenever I do, like, the home renovations sometime, like, especially if it's, like, a starter home, I try to stay within that budget that the sim would have. Like, I know some of y'all, like, see to just cheat the money, but I don't know if it's my YouTuber brain that's just, like, no, make it into a challenge. But I don't know. I just think sometimes it's kind of cool to just see what you can do with limited funds, and then if you know, maybe if you need to cheat or something, you can do it. Yeah, that's kind of why I do that. I know someone asked a while ago, like, why not just cheat the money? I'm like, no, I mean, I could, but I just rather like see what I can do first, you know? It just makes it fun that way. And then also you sometimes can use objects that you never really would use before, you know? This is the second part of the elixir shop. So this is like where all the goods are, I would say. You know, we have the alchemy station over here, the gem cutting machine. I even included a little magical mirror that your sims can get the makeovers from. So I put that in here. I even put the like crystal ball table in here as well. So like I said, y'all, there's some store content. So at first you'll see it. I was trying to find a place for the Bonehilda coffin. I almost didn't use Bonehilda, y'all. And it was nothing against her. You really don't need her on community lots anyway. It's mainly just on like residential lots, really, because like if you were to awaken her here, she wouldn't really do anything. Like she would just be walking around. So I didn't really at first want to place her down, but then I was like, I could just do it for, you know, just why not? So I do find some space and I put the coffin in the corner, but I really wanted to just kind of give you everything that you would need for a lot like this, which the lot itself kind of comes with everything you need, but I kind of want to just make sure you had the basics. So we have the alchemy station, gem cutting machine, even the mirror you can get makeovers from. I put that here too. I even put the cauldron. There's like this cauldron object. You kind of have to be careful about how you use it, because if your sim conjures up too many things, your sim will pass out from exhaustion. Be careful if you have your sim use it, but I do put that here. I also included a couple of little callbacks to Barnacle Bay. I'm not going to tell you what they are, you just have to pay attention in the video, but I do include some things that are kind of like a callback to Barnacle Bay, seeing as how we are in Barnacle Bay. I thought about putting like palm trees and stuff like that here, but I was like, let's just kind of go into the spooky vibe and not really so much like tropical, but there are some little like things of Barnacle Bay, you know? Also, one thing too, y'all, the movie stuff pack actually kind of came in clutch today. I kind of sometimes use movie stuff alongside Supernatural whenever I do these kind of builds anyway. Those packs are kind of similar in like the spooky element. So like you see those brains and the eyeballs and stuff like that. So I put that on the ground. I wanted to use the tattered curtain from that pack, but I couldn't really find a place to make it look nice in here, so I didn't use it, but some of the objects do kind of come in clutch at least. I also make sure to put a little music player here too, because the original lot had one and I was like, we can just put one just because. So I put one of those over in the corner, and then this is where I put the cauldron. Oh, and I almost forgot, I used that spell book, which by the way, y'all, that spell book is like 72,000 simoleons, I believe. I know it's like 70 something thousand. That is an expensive spell book. Do y'all ever use it? Because I probably have used it a couple times. Like I've never ever used it. Same thing with the cauldron, I never really use it either. But like, do y'all ever use the spell book? Because I think it came out way before we even had Supernatural as a pack. So like, do y'all ever use it? If so, do you cheat the money for it? Because like I have to. My Sims can never afford that. And then this is what I was telling y'all, I put the magical mirror. I also put a couple of these jelly bean plants in here too. There is one on the back porch as well. I just wanted to kind of sprinkle these around in case your Sims want to get one. Do be careful though, because I had a Sim die one time. Like literally I started a new save file one time and I had a Sim eat one and he died. Be careful if you have your Sim eat one of those. And then there's also like this little Fortuneteller's wagon, y'all. So I put that out here as well in the parking lot. I would imagine that maybe like the Sim maybe ask for permission, like, hey, can I put my wagon outside and maybe get some like, you know, readings or something like that. So maybe every once in a while they come and set up shop here. And then also too, y'all, you may notice all these white boxes. These are spawners. So like, for example, if you want butterflies on your lot, you can place down butterfly spawners and they'll like show up when you play the game. This lot had a lot of bug spawners and butterfly spawners. I don't know what was going on, but there was a lot of them. So I got rid of a lot. There's still some there, but so when you play the game, you won't see them, but you have to turn on a buy debug if you want to like add more or take them away. So make sure you have testing sheets turned on, and then you go and type in buy debug on, and then you can, you know, add them and place them down or whatever. But I got rid of a lot of them because I feel like when you have too many, it makes your lot lag, and I guess the game lag in general. So I try not to have but so many on this slide, just enough where you can use, you know, if you need to get a bug or something or a butterfly for a recipe for an elixir, you know, you still have it, but there's just too many. This is around the time when I realized that we had a lot of extra space on the slide. So I thought about like what would be beneficial for a lot like this, and I was like, well, if the original lot had these planter box kind of things out, I was like, why don't I just make a greenhouse? So I do use some objects from the greenhouse store content set. So we have the roof, which technically speaking, y'all, you don't even need this. If you want to make a makeshift greenhouse in The Sims 3, you don't even need any store content. All you really have to do is just build a room and then just make sure it doesn't have a floor. So you'll see it a little bit later, but like this room doesn't have a floor, and I just put down like some dirt terrain, and then all you do is just plant. I think you have to make sure you have move objects turned on, I think. Especially like think like for the trees and stuff if you plant trees. But yeah, you don't really even need these objects. But since I had them, I wanted to use them. So I decided to kind of make the back of this lot more like a patio, kind of like chill spot. But there's also beekeeping boxes out here. And there's also, you know, like a greenhouse if you want to use it for something. I did not put any planters in here. So if you want to like grow your own harvestables, you'll have to come here and plant them, or just use like buy debug to place them down. I'm just gonna let y'all do that. I just kind of left it mainly empty. There are some string lights, but for the most part I kind of left it empty so that you can go in and just add whatever you want it to, you know. So yeah, that's basically everything for that. If you look kind of closely, you'll see that I did add some more stuff out here. So there's some more trees, you know, for one. And then I do go in and I added a couple little fairy houses. I thought about adding the arboretum here, but I think I'm going to wait and save that for a different lot in this world. And then I also remember to put down the lunar horoscope object. So if you want to see the phases of the moon, you could definitely do that here too. I placed it outside in the back of the courtyard. That's pretty much it, y'all, for the entire build. I love how this one turned out. It is so nice. I think it fits perfectly for the season, and hopefully y'all like it. I also add some more of those little like Dragon Valley torch light things. I put those out here, and I think they look really, really cool as well. So yeah, Anyway, but that's basically all that I have, y'all, for this video. If you do want to download this, as always, I am going to leave this one linked down below. Like I said, y'all, just make sure if you don't have anything else, make sure you have Supernatural, because you're going to need it for, like, you know, most of the stuff to show up. But anyway, y'all, that's all that I have for this one. Please be sure to stick around for the screenshots, because it'll show you, like, how the lot will look from different angles and stuff, you know? But anyway, y'all, that's all that I have for this one, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!